I bought this $1,400 Lego minifigure lot containing over 150 Lego Star Wars minifigures that are super rare and some of them even worth up to $500. And make sure to stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna be giving away one of these minifigures completely for free. With all that said, Lego. That's an interesting way to package that. All right, so we have two of these Tupperware containers and I wanna get into this first one. And it might not look like it, but there's a lot of different troopers in here. Well, that's a lot of clonage. Now we'll count out how many of them we actually have in a little bit, but this is the clone trooper from the Clone Wars. Now these guys originally came in the Clone Walker Battle Pack, and their face is honestly kind of questionable. Then they have a torso print and a back print, and they usually go for around $11 a piece. Now we'll find out how many we have in a little bit, but I wanna take a look at some of the more unique figures in this lot. Like we have this guy who is a clone trooper gunner. These guys actually go for around $12 a piece. There was only one of these in each of the Clone Walker packs, but they're from the same set, and I believe that there's this one. This one's a bit more interesting. Again, same face, but this one is way different in value because he comes with the pauldron and waist commas, as well as these exclusive pistols to shoot off. He actually goes for $25. Yeah, these little extra black pieces make him almost $15 more, making each piece about $5. That's crazy, which means we have a full set of this battle pack right here. Now there's some other clones in here like Rex and some other ones, but first I wanna actually count up the amount of battle packs we have of each of these and get a full number. And what's interesting is I think we have some more in here. So maybe we should just dump all those out as well. Oh wow, cool. That's a lot of white and some blue and some more blue. All right, let's keep going. There's so many clones. Let's see if I just grab 10 of these just randomly. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, the clone army's gonna be huge after this. Just keeps going. You know, I'm getting a little concerned that I'm not gonna have the space for all these by the time we're done with this. We also have a disproportionate amount of gunners right now, which I'm not a huge fan of. You know, the Phase 2 gunners they made for the ATKE this year actually kind of look close to these. There's so many clones, oh my gosh. I think I legitimately cleaned out this man's entire army. So in total, we have 97 of these classic 2008 style clone troopers, with one of the commanders being included in that number because it's the same figure, just with the pauldrons. And if you were to do 11 times 97, you would get a whopping 1,067, and then we're gonna add the extra 15, making that 1,082. So that's how much this whole lot right here is worth, which means the rest of this lot has to make up at least an additional $350, and we'll see if we turn to profit. We do have an issue though, because some of these guys intermittently have cracked arms or torsos, like this one. It's hardly noticeable, but it is there, so you do have to count that as a damaged minifigure, but they should be fairly easy to repair. And you know, it's very tempting, because I could just, you know, open this sucker up and then fill in that final gap of 4 right there. Technically, because, you know, there's the little gunner in here who isn't actually gunning the vehicle, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're going back up at the battle pack collection. But you thought we were done with the Phase 1s? There's still more. I'm gonna move our boy here for a second, because we have a handful of the clone gunners. Honestly, I thought there were gonna be more of these just because there's so many of the regular clones, but we did get a nice little handful, meaning there are about 6 of them, which honestly is all you need to run an ATTE completely, which is pretty cool. There's also 3 of these clone trooper pilots. Yes, you heard that right, pilots. These guys also look pretty great. Very useful, very accurate. All right, then we got the last 2 and the big 2. And this is Commander Cody and Captain Rex. Let's freaking go. Commander Cody does not come with a special face, and Captain Rex does not come with a special face. They also are not coming with their pauldrons. And Captain Rex, not gonna lie, a little chewed up. He's not in excellent condition, but he's in okay condition. Another interesting note about these clone pilots is they cost around $20, which isn't very bad, which means that we have $60 worth of clone pilots right in front of us. Now this Captain Rex minifigure in great condition with his pauldrons is worth around $116. But you'll notice this one does not have an antenna. This one does not have his armor. This one is a little scuffed up. And I'm gonna guess the value of this one somewhere around $40 to $45. And that's mainly because the helmet, even though it's imperfect, it's still worth a chunk of change. You put that there. And this Commander Cody minifigure, the same, is missing all of his commas and waist capes as well as his guns. So I'm gonna guess he's gonna go for around $25, which is still not terrible. I'd still think that the Captain Rex Phase 1 minifigure is probably the most expensive of the entire bunch, but hey, I could be wrong. It's a pretty cool guy. Now this entire lot of troopers is gonna end up being worth about $1,289, which means the rest of these have to make up for $200, and let's see how much of a profit we're gonna make. And y'all are not ready for these. But I just wanna start with one of the expensive ones. We're gonna start with Phase 2 Captain Rex. Shebang. All right, now here's Captain Rex. I didn't realize how scuffed up he was gonna be. His arm is in a little loosely, and if you also notice, his feet are pretty scuffed up. Not to mention his helmet and torso print, which is a little disappointing. Now, the usual value of these guys is gonna cost somewhere around $182. I'm guessing because of all the deformities on this one, it's probably gonna go somewhere for $120, just because it's not perfect, but it still has the charm of it, and most importantly, it has the coveted cloth. These things rarely survive. It also comes with a kind of scuffed up face print. I don't even know what happened to Bro. What even happened to Bro? He came in this Bark Speeder set back in 2013, making him about an 11-year-old minifigure, and he used to be worth as much as $200 to $300. But then a new version of him came out in the Republic Venator, which brought him down, and then that minifigure ended up coming out in a $13 set. So now a lot less people want him. All right, now it's on to the rest of them. Oh, by the way, I should have mentioned, this guy probably brings us across the finish line for making this whole lot worth it. So I'd say it's a pretty good deal so far, because we still have all of this. And first I want to open up this cheeky little looking Clone Wars Jedi. We're going to make him the commander of our clone army. He's around an $18 value. Nothing crazy as a figure. Certainly has some unique hair for, you know, a male Jedi. They did a version of him later on in a Turbo Tank set, which we'll talk about in a second, but he came in at 2011 Republic Frigate. We're putting Bro in charge. This next minifigure is another quite interesting one, and that's Luminara Unduli. She also came with Quinlan Voss, not that one, this one, and she came out in the year 2016. I think she also has a double-sided face. Yeah, look at that. Oh, she looks great. And the average price for this minifigure is $96 for this random Jedi. What, $96? That's crazy. Yeah, okay, Quinlan, you're too cheap to be up there. You gotta go back here. Luminara is pulling it clutch, and she brings up the total value of this lot to $1,544. So we're up 144 so far. And we haven't even gotten to the big one. Now the next one I want to check out are these classic 2005 style clone troopers. These are the Phase 2 variants, and I actually want to stack them up and see how many we have. All right, so we have a total of 51 of these awesome 2005 clone troopers. These are the episode 3 clone troopers. They came in battle packs, they came in sets all over the place, and they are flippin' epic. Now the usual one of these will run about $12, and since we had 51 of them, that would make the total value of this about 612 United States dollars, basically for this whole lot, which means that in total now, our entire lot here is up to about 2,154 United States dollars. But we still have plenty more, including this guy, and I honestly might as well get to him, but honestly, I want to know what these guys are actually worth over here. So we have, I believe this is 6 of the Shock Troopers. Now, the set these guys came in is the classic Clone Troopers Battle Pack from way back in the day. Although 2 of these, interestingly enough, don't have the black line belt that they usually are supposed to wear, which is weird. And then we have 2 more over here, making for a solid little bunch of characters. 6 of them, not bad. And these guys go for about $20 a piece, meaning that this is about 140. It could vary a little bit because like the legs on this one aren't in great shape, and just accounting for wear and tear, we're gonna say that it's gonna cost about 140 total, which certainly brings us up a nice chunk. There's also this Recon Trooper. Now these guys are nuts. These guys go for like $36. That's completely ridiculous. I don't know why they cost $36 relative to the other ones, probably because they came in less sets. I never owned one of these, so this one's definitely gonna go right into my clone collection of things I currently don't own. And this guy came in the Clone Scout Walker set back in 2005. And he only came in that one set and never again, so I guess that explains the price. We can put him right here. What is special though is these guys. These are 327th Star Corps Troopers, and we have 4 regular ones, and then we have the original Commander Cody. I'll explain that in a bit. Now, these guys all go for about 17 a piece, and the main set they came in was the Clone Trooper Battle Pack back in 2007. Now, this next one has been commonly called Commander Cody, and that's mainly because he was used as Commander Cody in the Complete Saga game, and that's because this giant pauldron that literally goes over his entire arm. What? This looks so silly. Imagine if he had a head on. That would be crazy. But yeah, it's actually a 327 Star Core Trooper, technically. It came out in 2005 in the Clone Turbo Tank set, which is now going to cost you around $1,000 sealed. The original set was $90, and obviously our boy here has gone up in value too. He goes for about $55. He probably would have ended up going for more if not for the fact that he's basically just these guys. You're paying the extra 40-something dollars for this gigantic pauldron, which is wild. Now, all of these combined together now are going to amount to about $2,445. So guys, we're about $1,000 over the initial value now, but we still got more, and that more being these 5 pilots. Now, these primarily came in sets like the V-Wing from 2006 or the ARC 170 fighter from 2005. Those are both respectively $300 and $100 sets, which means this guy's pretty valuable. Not a crazy price, but you're gonna get a good deal for him in decent condition at around $12 to $15. So we'll just say 13 for all intents and purposes, which means we have $65 more worth of Clone Troopers right here. Hey, you can basically buy 4 of these for the cost of that pauldron. And that brings our total price up to $2,510. And now we get into the last minifigure. Now, I don't think I've ever held one of these in my hands before. And as you can see, it's blurred very obviously. Now we're gonna dump it out and it's going to be, oh, it's so cool. I know it was coming, but man, it's cool to have in hand. This is Jango Fett from 2002. Now, you're going to get a minifigure like this in this condition for no less than $300. Probably gonna end up running around $400. That's about the average price if you wanna buy it somewhere that isn't in a foreign country. Flip the head around and you have a beautiful looking Jango Fett minifigure. The only real exclusive parts about him are, of course, that amazing face print, as well as the torso print. And of course, most importantly, the helmet mold. This thing is insane. Is that a misalignment, a common thing on these guys, or do I have a misprint? Because if that's the case, oh my gosh, this could be worth a ton of money. Guys, I looked up a picture. So that's Jango Fett, and this is ours. You'll notice ours has a misaligned helmet piece, which means that we have zero clue what the actual value of this could be. The actual thing is in great shape, excellent shape, no major cracks, a little bit of wear, but no major cracks, which is important. And it's over 20-year-old minifigure. It came out in 2002, which is going to make this a 23-year-old Lego minifigure, which is insane. So I'm gonna say right now, with that misprint, we're gonna get at the very least for this figure, $400. I've never seen anything like that before, and it's very hard to determine. There's a world where this could go for $500, I think. I could be wrong, but that is flipping wild, bro. That would bring the total value of this whole haul $3,010 roughly. We'll say $3,000 to make it easier, but this is technically $3,000 worth of Lego minifigures. It doesn't feel like that much, but it is. But this is around 180 minifigures. One of the biggest lots I've ever done in my whole life. And this is a $500 misprint. I am genuinely shocked. That's incredible. Now next, I wanna show you how you can get your minifigure completely for free. So if you're watching this, what I want you to do down below is comment which of these minifigures, aside from Jango Fett, is your favorite. Which of these would you want to have? And then I will do a random comment generator, and from that we will pick a minifigure to give to one lucky fan. Also, I'm gonna exclude these two because I really like these 3. Everyone else though, you can comment and we will give out that figure that you want to one lucky person with a random comment generator. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and frequently checking the community posts so that way you can see when we announce it. I'm gonna give it about a week and a half, but make sure you're subscribed so that way you can be updated on that. With all that said, I'm back in the studio for the week. I thought it would be a great idea to film a video here. With that said, God bless and stay awesome.